Optimum Channel 18, a service of KSST, 1230 AM Sulphur Springs, proudly presents the 2026 Dairy Festival Parade. It's a rainy day here, but parade's going on anyway. Sit back, enjoy, and here's your parade. Where the police and sheriff's office are bringing the parade on, we have a group of marchers. That'll get the parade started well. And we have our queen of the Dairy Festival, outgoing Queen Lucy. She appears on her float. This float is reused each time we have a new Dairy Festival queen, and recycle each time we have a good thing going. Brad Johnson, Holling Parade Marshal. The Bright Star has this parade entry. This looks like a gondola of a hot air balloon that's covered with a protective cover. If the weather hadn't been so bad, some of these things would be up and going. These ground crews are important to balloon flight, and they have chase vehicles. This is probably a chase vehicle, as the one is behind it. Bill Concrete sponsors this one. The equipment to fly the balloon is on the back, and includes everything from a big fan to inflate the balloon, all the way to the envelope of the balloon itself and the gondola in which the balloon is carried, plus gas canisters. This one is undone. The burner's on the top there, and the hot air inside that balloon carries it into the air. As you know from science class, hot air rises, cold air sinks. Super Duty vehicle here with cow characters, of course, for the Dairy Festival. There's been something of a fun run this morning, and the earlier morning time was weather-wise was awful, but the sky seems to be wanting to clear all of a sudden. So here we go with events for the Dairy Festival Parade. Alliance Bank is the sponsor for this one. The good thing about the parade here is they throw candy, and the kids try to grab candy.
It's too high to throw. There you go.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. How much of this you want, Matt?
Right.
Sh-
Just gave me one piece.
One piece, okay. Chad's Media shooting the breeze. Mounds, Oklahoma is where this balloon entry is from. Slaughter's Barbecue sponsors this balloon entry. The Balloon Festival is, and this is a festival season, has other locations across the country where they go. Plano, Texas has a well-known balloon festival. Right up to says caution: do not sit or stand here. That came out of Prosper, Texas. It is a good hobby, and at the same time, it requires some training to be able to do the ballooning. Remax, of course, has their famous Remax balloon, sponsored by Dex Laboratories. This is the Muddy Jake entry, Sports Grill and Pub. They're blowing a lot of bubbles out of that vehicle. There are all kinds of activities surrounding the festival, and this is a busy week for contestants and for people who are celebrating the festival. This pickup truck has spots on it, like a spotted cow. Holstein? Not sure what they're pulling, but they're throwing lots of candy. That's a good thing. And more candy coming out of this pickup truck here. Just be careful, kids. Like I said, these vehicles are usually chase vehicles with the balloon equipment in the back. When they get to where they're going, they take down the balloon and pack it all up in the back of the truck, and away they go. Clarion Point is sponsored here. Spencer Processing and Insurance sponsors this balloon entry. Aha, here we go. Blowing hot air out of the top of the balloon, or out of the top of the burners, I should say. Gives the balloon a lift. They start with it on the ground and inflate it all the way to the stand-up position. They get enough hot air in it that they can fly. This is a church entry. One church sponsors this balloon. The only thing I worry about is that when they ignite these burners is I hope they check for overhead wires. Because that's hot enough to burn some wires. They use LP gas in the canisters that they carry aloft, and that helps them stay up and going. Of course, rainy days, they don't usually fly as well, but they like to have still clear air to fly. 903 Farm and Feed, they advertise on KSST, don't they? They're one of our sponsors for this balloon entry. this van here has those large horns. We talk about long horns. Balloon on the back, balloon gondola on the back. This pickup truck here is decorated for the fall, for the Dairy Festival. We had too many parades, man. This parade is progressing slowly. Hopefully, we'll all get through without too much precipitation. This pickup truck has a red, white, and blue star on the front of it. Legacyland is sponsoring that balloon. Here's somebody who's wearing red, white, and blue, the colors, on the gondola also. Clementine and Company. Clementine happens to be a granddaughter of mine. Hopkins County Dairy Festival, red, white, and moo crew. Amongst all of the bubbles and the raindrops. This pickup truck here has red, white, and blue U.S. flags and the colors. Another balloon situated on the back of the bed of that truck. Southwest Dairy Museum, Southwest Dairy Farmers. I was at the museum last week. It still is in good shape. They're the sponsor for this balloon. Yellowstone Dairy Preserve. Madison Brewer, one of our Dairy Festival Queen contestants. They even have spots on their elk and their buffalo. That's an old timer that's been painted up looking nice. The wolf whistle. You need to be careful now. Two stars. '50th Annual Dairy Festival Queen Kim Tucker Huffetter is in that Corvette. We do have a Corvette club here in town. This float here features people with, it's a bit of a space theme here. Now take us to Grand Canyon out west. Music from Country Roads, take us home. John Denver. This vet has kids sitting up there throwing candy. Here's another nice looking Corvette, and one behind it. I'm not sure that's Corvette behind it. However, it's Julia Thompson Belcher 25th anniversary Dairy Festival Queen. And behind this blue Jeep is another of our contestants, sponsored by Sulphur Springs Dodge, Texas Boots and Dairy Roots. Savannah on her float. This looks like a blow-up float. That's nice. Inflated with air. Bounce houses. Fun stuff. Ruddy Goose parties. And a cow with a beard. Okay. These kids having a good time here. Southern Charm. Roof wash. Another of our festival queen contestants. Explain the moon universe. Purple Lily is on that float. We also have a Jeep Club in this town. And they're represented by this group of Jeeps coming through here. That one there has OC markings. Lots of stuff for these boys down here. They seem to be having fun. Another Jeep with a U.S. star on it, decked out for the parade. Another one of our contestants for the Dairy Festival Queen. She's holding on the street sign that says Bourbon Street. And it's Jelly Johnson. Sadie Evans Howard, 10th anniversary Dairy Festival Queen, under the umbrella. This SUV is Southwest Dairy Farmers. Cecily's Moo-Mobile has a Route 66 50s type emphasis to it. Parks Recycling, that is one of these modern angler cars built on dedication, honesty, and strength of family. Since we buy all metals. Another Dairy Festival Queen entry. Looks like she has all kinds of signs from musicals. Lindsay. Another Queen entry. Memory Makers, Clown Alley. And I suppose if you want to hire some clowns, I guess you know why. Well, here comes another float. Eat more ice cream. Fundhero.org. Kinsey with her surfboard and her umbrella. Kinsey White. Saputo, another one of the businesses here in Sulphur Springs, Hopkins County. Very famous from Saputo. With an action-packed float here. Miss Liberty with an ice cream cone instead of a torch. Nice and colorful float. Did we just lose a balloon? That's Charlie. Now comes a portion of the parade where we have to put our fingers in our ears. These trucks and things like to honk their horns, so. Victor Super Premium Pet Food, always by your side, it says. For those who have pets, you like to feed them well, Victor is advertising here. Another entry from the Dairy Festival Queen Hopefuls. It says dairy wood. What kind of wood is dairy wood? There are 6 names on there who are former Dairy Festival queens. Another 18-wheeler. This is a grocery supply. They're known for having warehouses here in Sulphur Springs, one in Houston area. Big operation here in Sulphur Springs. Now we have another float. Small kids on the bottom of that float. This one says Seattle, northeastern U.S. city. Contestant number 12. Another big business in town is Farmers Co-op. They feature Sabine Valley Feeds. There's a tank on this gooseneck trailer. QLF quality liquid feed. Quick-rate concrete cement truck. Fire apparatus from as I said, we're cutting come on, F3 is what I Of course, we getting close to the end of our parade. Hopkins County EMS. They come out and pick you up if you need to be transported medically. EMS. Another nice looking Jeep. And a couple of law enforcement vehicles will bring up the end. That about wraps it up to Deer Festival Parade. You can't say Sulphur Springs doesn't have a good parade system. Thank you for joining us today for the parade and the video. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll say goodbye.